I'm not sure. I'm not sure about how stars plays into that, but I'd imagine that stars will give him a budget, or the producers of the show a budget, and they got to work around that budget.
Yeah, I
So
have no idea what y'all talking about.
we talking about the
Because
show Power,
I
bro. You don't
know,
watch Power?
I told y'all I don't watch that. Man, go out, send this off, dog. What we got today?
All right, man. Fuck, dude, don't be watching shit.
All right, all right, all right. Once again, it's on, gentlemen. Everybody, back again. Whose man's is this? Episode 5, gentlemen. Hey, world, how y'all
Mm.
doing tonight, okay?
Doing all
Hope
right.
everybody's
Doing all
doing
right.
good once again. We're here to just bring, the news to the people. All right. We got my man Shot Town all day. How you doing, my brother?
Who's the five best? Dialine, dialine,
Skyline,
dialine,
skyline,
dialine,
skyline.
dialine. Episode 5, baby. Let's keep it live. Let's
Spit
go.
hot fire. Next, we got my man Jay. What's good, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, shouts to my son Julian, man. This is 12th birthday today and stuff. So
Happy
he
birthday,
Ew.
young
survived.
king. Happy birthday
Yeah,
to you.
man.
That's
Yeah,
what's
he
up.
survived 12 years with me as his pops and shit. I managed to kill his ass. So that's something to be
Hey,
celebrated, man.
That's what's
Hmm.
Peace to
up.
the gods. What up?
Then we got my man Rod Man 13. What it do?
What's going on, man? Hey, shout outs to Aaron Donald, man. What a hell of a career.
Man,
Hell of a career, man.
man.
Dude was a
peace,
Hell
monster.
yeah.
Modern day
peace.
LT. Modern day LT for sure. Better man, of course. He wasn't doing all the crazy shit. But yeah, man. First ballot Hall
Yeah,
of Fame for
shouts to
sure.
Aaron Donald, man. Yeah, for sure. I wish they would have he would have said something earlier so he could have went out a little more celebrated. But
Hey,
hey
man.
man, shouts to Aaron Donald, man. That dude was in the
Yep.
trenches doing gangster shit, man. So
Yep.
peace to Aaron Donald, man. Word.
And last but not least, you got my man myself, Guapo,
Mm,
King Guap in the building, 305 all day live.
all
All right,
day.
gentlemen, what we got going on today? What's the word for the day?
Oh, I don't know where we want to start, man. A lot of shit happened, bro. I think just like on the last podcast, man, we got to talk about these Bears, bro. I
Damn
think we got to
Bears.
talk about these Bears. We got to
Yeah.
talk about Justin Fields. We got to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just the free agency in
Man.
general, man.
Man, them
Yeah.
Steelers be
Yeah,
some
yeah,
Steelers, boy.
yeah. Man, don't they though? The Steelers be stealing, Jack. Man, bro. But as
And they
far as
stealing a lot
Justin,
from the Bears, though. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, as a Carolina fan, I don't feel shit for the Bears, bro. So whatever the fuck y'all get stole from y'all, then damn it, you deserve it.
Damn it.
But Fields, man, Fields though. I mean, I think we had a conversation off mic, just talking about if it was worse to be waiting as a free agent or if it was worse to be waiting for the draft, man. And man, I was feeling for Buddy Fields, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't his biggest fan or nothing in terms of his skill set and what he brought to the Bears. I thought he made a lot of bad reads, a lot of mistakes that cost the Bears games that they should have won, man. And I mean, I wasn't so high on the free agent market for Justin Fields, to be honest, until I started seeing other players go. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I don't know if Fields is quite this bad. You know what I'm saying? And
But
it
listen,
was low key. Say, well, what's good?
we also don't know what this man's full potential would have been because remember he was out for what, like 7 games.
Yeah, I think the Bears got like three different offers or something for him. Did anybody happen to see what else the Bears got
So
offered? I mean, outside of the Pittsburgh deal.
so I didn't see the offers. I know the Eagles were
Mm-hmm.
interested. I know the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons were interested. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what the Bears were asking for, but I do know or heard or read Justin Fields asked he asked the team to send him to Pittsburgh, and so they obliged. Um,
No shit.
yeah, so
Mm.
and it makes sense after I read that report because ain't no fucking way Kenny Pickett, who got traded from the Steelers to the Eagles for a third round pick, is worth
Mm.
more than what
And Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields, right? So
Uh,
just to recap, y'all, those that don't know, Justin Fields got traded to the Steelers from the Bears for a 6th round pick in 2025, not so next year, not this year, which
Mm-hmm.
can be upgraded to a fourth round pick if he plays 51% of the
The season.
snaps in the season. So um, pretty much peanuts. He got traded for peanuts. So and I
Yeah.
when I first saw that, I was like, yo, what the? But then when that report came out, and then I saw Kenny Pickett, and I was like, oh, okay. So they were
Mm-hmm.
actually just, hey, we got you, bro. We're gonna put you in a situation that's gonna
Yeah,
hopefully that you want to be in.
yeah. I
But
mean,
What's up? So what's up with Russell? Where's Lee Russell in this situation?
well, you gotta look at it like this: Russell Wilson is only on a 1 year contract for $1 million, right? He's on a 1 year contract, and so that's a year that Justin Fields can sit behind him. Not even it don't even have to be a year. Russell Wilson can be going there and stink it up the joint. They can be like, all right, get out of here, and then they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
losing. They're not
right,
losing
right.
nothing. They're not losing nothing, right? And then they can,
Well, I mean, I can appreciate that. The Steelers are, man, I hate the Steelers, but they're one of the class organizations in the NFL, man. They in that,
yes, they are.
that top five NFL big dog organizations, man, and it's good to see that, especially nowadays in the times where everything's so racy and people are trying to kind of figure out, where, well, at least black people are trying to figure out where they fit in a lot of these workplace environments and such. And the NFL don't have the best track record when it comes to race issues. And to see one of the class organizations have a black head coach, and most of their quarterback room is black men. You know what I'm saying? Leadership positions. And I got to give a shout out to the Steelers for at least doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wins and losses. I mean, they haven't had a losing season, what, 2 decades, right? Something like that, like 20 years or
Yeah. I don't
something.
think he's been below 500, has he, Tomlin?
Yeah, no, Tomlin has never been below 500,
That's
but the
amazing.
Steelers as an organization,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I think they on a 20-year run, man, of winning more games than they lose. So
It's
it's
funny too.
definitely a great landing spot for Fields, man. He'll have a defense that can back him up,
Yeah.
and not that he didn't have one in Chicago, but I mean, he'll have, a veteran quarterback that's got Super Bowl experience and all that he can learn
Yep.
from. And he's got a coach in Mike Tomlin. This seems to be a no nonsense kind of dude. He's about his X's and O's, and he's about accountability. At least it seems that way.
And
So good situation for Fields, man.
and it's actually a smart move for the Steelers too, because they don't really have to be committed to neither one of these.
No, they don't.
Because like I said, Russell Wilson only has a 1 year deal, and then after this year, Justin Fields has his 5th year option, so they don't have
Mm-hmm.
to pick that up. So they can be like,
No, they do not.
we gave y'all a chance, y'all trash. Let's go into the draft. I don't
Yep.
think I see any quarterbacks that are going to be that great coming out next year, but at least on this onset. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I mean that's where we're at right now. So I guess the question now, Shy, my fellow Bears fan, Caleb or Jaden?
I plead the fifth. Nah. Uh, no, I think they're gonna mess around and get Buddy Caleb, man. It's just like we talked before, man. It's just so many things about Caleb that everybody is just clamoring over. He's supposed to be the next guy. He's supposed to be this. He's a transcendent. Everybody who's went to all of his games is just like, man, the way he throws the ball, the way it spins, and that's people who play football and receivers and other quarterbacks are just like, man, this dude has the God given talents and gifts to just be somewhere up there with Patrick Mahomes. So you have to. I mean, Jaden Daniels, everybody keep the Jaden Daniels is coming up, and I'm just like, I just don't see it, man. I just don't see the Bears not going with Caleb, man. It just seemed like as much as the hype Caleb gets, it's hard for them to pass up on him. Now, I mean, they can shock the world and go with Jaden, but
Hmm.
he's just, I just think he's too frail right now, and he might have the skill set, but he's making those RG3 type decisions when running the ball,
Mm.
man. That's gonna cost him if he do that shit in the NFL. So the most safer bet is to just say if you're gonna save your job by picking the wrong quarterback, let it be Caleb, because then you'll hear everybody start trying to retract their statements after they said that
Yeah,
he was the man. And then, but he has the most upside,
mm.
just like Trevor Lawrence. Like Trevor Lawrence was the best out of that class with Fields, even though he's not doing the best, but he is the best option. So let
Right.
Caleb be that best option, and
Yeah,
then
Lawrence has improved every
let it
year
flow.
though.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is him.
Nah,
I ain't gonna shit on Trevor
nah.
Lawrence.
Last
I'm
year,
sorry.
last year, bro, he was shit.
Yeah, injuries too though last year.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But it's like, and that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to injuries, don't rush it back if you can't be a help to your team. If you're gonna hurt your team, because he was definitely hurting his team trying to play when he was hurt. And I mean,
Right.
I get it.
It's
You want to play
it's
when you
hard
hurt,
to say that, man, when you're
but
It is hard to
a
say that.
but he
competitor
wasn't. But he
athlete.
wasn't helping his team though, and the team seen he wasn't helping, and they was like, "That dog, how you number one, and then the games that you need, you lose all of them because this dude hurt, ain't throwing the ball, then everybody playing like dog shit."
Yeah.
Mm.
You gotta save players from themselves sometimes. He was not
Yeah,
ready. Like Baker Mayfield. Clearly he was hurt in Cleveland and it was affecting his
yeah.
game.
Yes, he
And that
was.
and that
Yeah.
ended up fucking him. It ended up fucking him.
Or it. I mean, it ended up landing him in a pretty sweet spot too. Because I mean, Tampa Bay, he seems to be a good fit there, man.
Well,
And
But I
Tampa Bay
think
was a good team.
yeah,
but
yeah.
Cleveland had a bet but Cleveland
Cleveland
all
had
around
weapons
has a
though,
better
man.
team.
Hmm.
Cleveland's got
Hey,
weapons.
When
remember
he came
Matt
back,
Stafford used to do the same thing too now.
hmm well,
Say
when
again.
how was
I
that?
said Stafford when he was in Detroit he used to do the same thing. That man used to be hurt a lot of times
Yeah,
and
Matt Stafford played a lot of hurt
He went
snaps
to a
for
good
for
team.
Yeah,
sure.
and he was getting beat up too.
Went to a good team.
Hmm.
Um, my thing about Caleb and Jaden Daniels, I think it's when A one B. They
Mm.
have different strengths and different weaknesses. For one, Caleb has the arm talent, can throw from any angle. It looks like his Heisman year was phenomenal. I remember watching him. I remember watching the year prior, actually in Oklahoma, and I was like, "Damn, he's pretty good." And
Mm.
he was under Coach Riley, so he's at least a decent quarterback. I mean, there's still a lot of them in there right now. You got Jalen Hurts, he played under Riley. You got
Yeah.
you got what's his name down there in Cardinals? Kyle, was it Kyle?
Kyler Murray.
Kyle Murray, yeah.
oh, Murray played
Um,
Oklahoma, yeah.
so
Yeah.
and then and Baker Mayfield. Even though I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest Baker Mayfield, we know that. Um, still have my doubts on him.
Mm.
But like I said, Caleb has the arm talent. He has the elusiveness and look downfield and can, my God, throw some crazy bombs in the run. Um, but then you look at Jaden. He reminds me, and we said this a little bit offline, but he reminds me of a smaller version, but more accurate. And I hate making comparisons, but of my man from Auburn, uh, Carolina quarterback,
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Yeah, the way he runs, um, he can run these dudes over. He's pretty tall. He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
He's pretty
I
big
don't know,
built.
man.
He
I'm just
pretty,
not sold. My opinion,
but
man, I'm not sold too much sold on him yet because I look at this. Yeah, he's got all this talent, but what was USC's record?
that I
You know what
mean,
I mean?
but that's
But he didn't
that's
have but he didn't have any talent
right,
this year.
right,
And that's the thing when it comes to
right.
Jaden Daniels that I wanted to bring up is like you got to put him in the categories of like those Ohio State quarterbacks. It's like
Don't do that, cause
you,
I see where you're going, and I'm gonna bring up
but
Joe
it's like
Burrows.
yeah, wide
I'm gonna bring up Joe
receiver you.
Burrows.
True,
Hey, hey.
true. But when you got wide receiver you, man, sometimes they make you look better than you are. And but the thing about Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow had that cachet that he was him
Yeah, Joe Burrow was him,
Before,
man.
like
There was
before the
no
receivers, he was
denying.
him.
No, no,
Yeah,
time
there
out.
was no
No, no, time out.
denying Joe Burrow could do
No,
all the
time
Who he was
out.
throwing
Time
the
throws.
out.
ball to thoug0
He could
boy?
read the
Time out.
defenses. Like, come on, dog.
No,
Joe
time
Burrow
out.
was
No,
him.
no. Y'all need to time out on that because Joe Burrow came from Ohio State and could not start because Haskins. Trust me, you know I'm a Buckeyes fan, and I'm telling you, you got to look at this. Joe Burrow had not only, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's had Jamar Chase and Jefferson in that damn wide receiver team. That's wild. Now, and you, so you
It is.
so all I'm saying is you can't. You gonna try to
He
tell me we're
better than
not?
Haskins.
He definitely better than Haskins, but at that
Oh,
time,
okay.
at
I was
that
just
no,
making
but
sure.
but at that point
He
in
better than
time,
Haskins.
but at that point in time, watching him in the spring game, he was not. You, there's a reason why he didn't start. You feel what I'm saying?
Ugh,
So,
that's tough, man. I mean, bad decisions
Yeah.
are made every day, B. That's all I can say about that.
but you can say that, but go back and look at the stats of what Haskins had that year with Joe Burrow. They're actually
I mean, I feel it.
they're very comparable. So
Right, right.
you can't, and then also cost doesn't always translate to the league. So that's
No, it
not.
doesn't.
So all I'm saying is, I see the point you're going at, Shy, but I don't think you can really do that with Jaden Daniels because first of all, these receivers that are coming out, they're not a Jamar Chase, they're not a Jefferson, and so all I'm saying is,
So
I,
Harrison ain't Harrison is not a
I mean,
and
Marvin
then,
Harrison
or
is,
or or
but they're not going
Neighbors,
to end up
Malik
on the same
Neighbors.
no, I'm not.
squad,
This is what
though.
I
No,
was.
I'm talking
This is
about.
what I was going to
No,
say.
talking about. No, I'm saying the receivers coming out of LSU because
Oh, I got you.
the points you was making, you saying wide
I
receiver,
understand.
yeah. So I'm sorry, Guap. What
Now
were
I
I
you
get
would
what
saying?
you're
have.
saying.
I would have kept Fields. If you asked me, I would have kept Fields, and I would have took that draft pick and drafted Marvin Harrison. I'd have put him in there, and that he could have been in there with Mooney and Mike Evans. Man, you'd have gave Dan Fields all kind of targets, man.
Mike
And then
Evans,
you take because they got the
No, no,
boy.
no. You talking
I mean, not Evans.
Keenan
DJ
Allen,
Moore?
Keenan
No,
Allen,
Keenan
Because
Allen.
they got DJ Moore and Keenan
Keenan,
Allen now,
yeah,
right?
I'm sorry.
Marvin Harrison.
And
And
add
then you
Marvin
take you
Harrison
take
to
the number
that.
9. You take that because they got the one and the 9 pick, right?
Yeah.
And you take that 9 pick, maybe get another offensive lineman.
You think
You know,
Harrison goes before 9?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
probably going.
Cardinals.
He's either
Cardinals are up
he's
there,
definitely going to the Cardinals. He's
He's
definitely going to
going
the
and
to
then
either.
Cardinals.
the Chargers are
I
up there too, right?
I think that
Yeah,
if he does,
they might trade down though. But
because I think
Yeah.
either New England's going to draft your boy from LSU or Marvin Harrison, one of those two. They're
Hmm.
going to draft
no,
one of
New
those two.
England need a quarterback. They don't have one.
I thought they picked up a
Nah,
quarterback. Didn't
Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
That's who you going. That's who you running with.
The scissor.
You running with. You running
Inside
with my man
inside
Scott.
joke.
Got doppelganger and shit. Pause. But
2.0.
Shouts and Sizzle, man. What up, boy?
this is the thing why I like Fields, but I hate to say they had to move on. First, you can't have two number one picks and trade them away, and especially when there are two quarterbacks that one could potentially be good, and then the one that you passed on because the Bears were supposedly gonna pick C.J. Stroud with that
Hmm.
number one pick, and you see what happened with Stroud. So it's like you can't pass that up, especially when your quarterback is not showing you that he's making those leaps. Like I understand when he came in, the first regime with Nagy. First of all, Nagy didn't pick. Well, Nagy picked up Fields, but he wasn't ready. The Bears didn't really have anything, and he kept saying he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready, but because the Bears are so, the fans and everybody is just they want that quarterback. They threw him into the
Hmm.
fire early, and
Right.
then fast forward, Ryan Poles comes in. He has Fields, and Fields came on at the end of the year, so he's like, you know what? We may have something. Even though I picked this dude, we may have something. So I'll give him another chance because they
Yeah.
made that crazy deal with Carolina. So that following year, it's like he regressed, bro. And like when you look at the film, like man, me and Bo, I'm looking at film like I'm a damn coach with this man. We out here in the war room looking at how many wide open receivers this dude is not throwing it to, how he's
And that
holding the
fella's
ball,
fast, man.
getting
He's
hurt.
fast.
Yeah, he getting hurt because he won't throw the ball away. It's like he was costing us so many games last year, and you
Mm.
can't always blame it on the coaches, blame it on this and blame it on that. And like when Herbert came into the league, how many trash coaches Herbert and came in and he didn't overcame all of that? It's like
Mm.
you can't just keep saying give him more weapons, give him more weapons, give him more weapons. Like, and it's quarterbacks that's doing that with less weapons.
Whoa, talking about Herbert did not have less weapons. Time that out.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
Herbert
know
had
when
a
Herbert.
cold
No,
ass
I'm not talking
running
about Herbert.
back.
I'm saying Herbert is the coaching.
Yeah,
I said other
yeah.
quarterbacks
I mean,
have less, and they still and they coming in. You know, Baker Mayfield, like all he had was Mike Evans. The rest of his offense, they was always hurt. Baker Mayfield ripping it. Joe Flacco
And,
well,
coming
time
in
and
out,
ripping
Godwin,
it.
time out. Stop,
and
stop,
Godwin.
stop. I'm gonna have to stop that shit on this Baker Mayfield shit. I'm sick of y'all bringing this shit up. Baker Mayfield went
I,
to a good offensive line. First of all, first and foremost, a decent
I
running,
understand what you said.
a decent running game. Mike Evans ain't no damn slouch. First and foremost.
I
No, he's
didn't say
not.
that. What I'm saying is he did. What I'm saying is talent wise, last year, if you look at DJ Moore, you had Darnell Mooney supposed to be good. You had Komet.
Supposed to
I'm
be.
just
I
saying,
mean, he can't get open, man. He
no,
can't.
Fields was overthrowing Mooney a lot. Even though I'm just saying, at the time, the Bears, I feel the Bears offense was a little bit better than the Bucks because they should have won that
Bro,
game.
when you call 5 screen plays in a row, what the fuck your quarterback supposed to do with that shit?
Hey, and he's supposed to have the cachet to go in the and Willie Beeman that shit, man. I ain't running that shit.
Man,
Beaming.
how you gonna be Willie beaming some shit? You can't. Nah, man. You don't. He
I'm
doesn't have
just
that.
I'm just saying.
He don't have that kind of cachet yet. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
listen,
I'm
listen.
just
I
saying,
think
bro.
I think man, I think he'll be in a better system with Pittsburgh.
Thank
That's
you. I think so
yeah,
too. They did
that's
not
me
adhere
too.
to his strengths,
No, they didn't.
and then the offensive coaching was terrible.
I think
We're
Yeah,
going
but at
five
the
string.
Tomlin gonna try to
No,
get that
man.
man where he needs to be.
but you see that Lamar went from a running quarterback to he's like trying to be more of a pocket passer. Like
Is he? He
you
run.
can't
He
Mm,
no, he's not. Cause
no,
man,
I'm saying
man,
he
Lamar
passes more
always
to
been throwing the rock though.
but
Like
no
I
what I'm
hate
saying
that narrative about
no
Lamar.
I'm not
That
no I'm
man
not I'm
slings the rock.
saying no I'm saying he just ran more, but I'm saying as he learned the game more, he
Yeah,
he
but he
didn't
did
run
that
as
shit to a
fast.
fault in
I
the
don't.
playoffs
That's what I'm
this
saying.
year.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
I,
just saying
I
he
don't.
didn't he
I don't
As
under.
receivers to throw the fucking ball to.
No, man. I don't. I don't. Your analogy doesn't make sense. I'm gonna tell you right now because
what?
Not only did Baltimore lead the league in rushing, he was their leading rusher. So he didn't stop running.
Because he didn't have any. What I'm saying is he. What I'm saying is he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to, so he have no reason but to beat the whole fucking offense because Baltimore did a poor job. What I'm saying is he was more defined to throwing the ball from the pocket than running. That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree with that at all, and I don't see how that's an analogy
This
that doesn't match with what was going on in Fields. Fields was listen first and foremost for to defend Fields, and I want to defend a little bit of it, but he wasn't a bad quarterback. For one,
no, I
we
understand
didn't
that.
have a good offensive line. My man was. I mean, when you start hearing the footsteps behind you, like it's Call of Duty, what you gonna do, man? You gonna pitter patter out of there, and then now they try to this year try to stop him from doing that, and then now you see the indecision making that he was making. You see that shit. He even kind of came out and tried to say it, and then had to backtrack on it in the beginning of the season. And I'm not trying to give this man excuses or not, because yes, he will
The
leave these
Bears
dudes
line
wide open.
wasn't that bad. The
He
Bears line wasn't that bad last year,
it was good
to
at
be honest.
it was good for running, but for pass protection, it wasn't that great.
Man, look at some of those tapes that they people got out,
I'm
and you'll see my man had all day
I
to throw and was still missing wide
I'm
open receivers.
I'm telling you that dude exactly, and I agree with you. But I'm telling you, it's because he has past experiences of this man hearing footsteps behind. You got them echoes, man. You gonna turn around because you over here like, oh shit,
Well,
you know what I mean?
at
But all
some
you got to
point,
do is get the
man.
ball out though, because
Yeah,
like the
at some
people was
point you
open, get
gotta
the
adapt.
ball out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying, and that's also what I'm saying too. Was you try to make this analogy about with Lamar Jackson? Man, he's a different monster. First of all, no offense to Justin Fields, he ain't got that kind of level of that. He ain't on
Nah,
that level
it's
of
not
this dude,
that.
of that
No, he
dude.
No.
not. He not. He not.
Because Lamar
He
Jackson
not.
can't take a team and be the leading rusher, and then
Yeah,
also throw throw that
yeah,
rock.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I was kind of explaining it correctly. The analogy was that I was really trying to make is from year one to year three, you could see the progression and that he had. He went from he was scrambling a lot, wasn't really comfortable. And then you see as the years progressed, how he became more comfortable with being in the pocket, even though he was the leading rusher and he really didn't have the talent. But you could see that he was growing to be able to read defenses and throw from the pocket if he had to. But his offense was kind of trash. But that was basically what I was trying to say. Like you could see the growth from year one to year three. Fields, we all hoped last year he would have made that kind of jump or that growth, and he didn't. That's all I was trying to really say.
Well, I
So if
mean,
I wasn't really,
ultimately, the Bears are faced with a unique opportunity to get one of these blue chip. Everybody's talking about them quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got a GM that's relatively new. Fields wasn't his man, and he saw the opportunity to build from the ground up with
Yep.
a solid quarterback. They put Fields in a decent situation, so I don't think it's any real love lost.
Oh no,
But ultimately, Fields was just not their dude,
it wasn't it.
and hey man, and that's okay. Sometimes like Drew Brees wasn't. You know what I'm
For the
saying?
Chargers, no.
The
Mm-mm.
Chargers dude, and then he
Mm-mm.
went to his next location. And he balled out like a son bitch.
First ballot
So
Hall of Famer now, isn't he?
yeah, exactly right. So I
but he
mean,
was with the right coach too.
Yep.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
take and
and,
it
and
takes
those
that.
things matter,
Yeah, it
and
takes
those
that.
things matter.
Right situation.
Um,
Yep. Right. What's that? What's the word? The big C word. Culture.
Hmm.
And
and that's the part I think he's going to benefit from
yeah,
so much from going to the Steelers, man.
the
Is
Steelers have a good
you know
culture,
you
man. It's
yes,
crazy.
man, yes they do, and
Yeah,
it's work hard, dog. You get in there and you hustle, and it's an accountability culture.
I feel like it's been there since
Um,
before even what the 70s when they went on that.
yeah,
It's crazy. It's still
yes,
like that.
it's blue collar, dog.
Yeah.
It's straight blue collar. And
and that
speaking of
and
work. And blue collar, I mean, we've been on the Bears for a little while, man.
Yeah,
It's
we know
probably the
about
longest time anybody talked about the fucking Bears, and
hey,
since
man,
since
fuck you, man,
damn,
and fuck Ryan talking about my analogies, man. I thought they was good, man. Kiss my ass. No,
but now, man. Speaking of work, shouts to the Senator Bernie Sanders, man. He put in a bill proposing a 32-hour work week,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And
and
don't forget to add making the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
making the same amount of bread, man. I don't know. Anybody got strong feelings about the 32-hour work week
Hell, if I'm
and
making the
what
same
that'll
bread, I'm
do
all for it.
to.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that do for so if you're making the same bread, they're gonna expect a similar amount of production, right? So
Mm.
that means every one of those minutes you at work, you should be busting your ass.
Mm.
But
And
listen,
let's
this is the
face it,
thing. If you're getting paid a certain amount of money, especially good money, you should be at work busting your ass anyway.
you
I
think
mean,
so? Man, you think so, but
that's,
the
I
more
Man.
mean,
money, the more
Uh,
money that I've made in my career, the lazier motherfuckers that I see
thank
closer
you.
to the top.
Thank you.
I'm just
Thank
being
you.
honest. The hardest I ever worked
Thank
in my
you.
life, I was probably an airman or no. I was probably a staff sergeant in the Air
Yep.
Force when I was working the
I'll agree with that.
absolute hardest
I'll agree with
in
that.
terms
Mm-hmm.
of pause nuts to butts,
Mm-hmm.
grinding, being that my skills were the sharpest
Mm-hmm.
in the discipline that I was there to work on. Now I
yeah,
wasn't
I think
it
I worked
wasn't the
my hardest as a
my
senior airman staff
supervisory
sergeant.
shit and all
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yep. Senior
Yeah,
assessor.
the supervisory stuff kind
Mm-hmm.
of grew
E4,
over
E5.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of no kidding, working hard, you leave the job and you got headaches and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it was
Mm-hmm.
when I was lower on that totem pole, and you're still going to ask your worker bees to produce like they've been
Mm-hmm.
producing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now I got one less day a week because that's basically what it boils down to. Considering you're doing 8-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
And what about these guys doing 12s? What does that look like?
Yeah.
Because it's people that are going in, they doing 12, 14-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it look when you compress their work week when they're already slaving? You know what I'm saying? Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine you loading trucks at Amazon or UPS or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
and you were used to working 10s to 12s, and you busting your ass every minute? I mean, UPS ain't gonna pay you the same thing for less production. How is that a thing? Like, how can you even ask somebody to pay their people more money for less time and less production?
Oh,
How
it's
can
not.
you even do that?
It's not gonna happen. Not in a capitalist society.
Well,
Huh?
I doubt the bill's gonna get approved. It's a nice thought. I mean, I appreciate, shout out to Bernie. You know what
Right?
I mean? But I mean, just like you said, I doubt. But just like you said, for the simple fact of just that reason, what you said. But who knows? You never know. We'll see.
I mean, I got a couple thoughts on it, right? So there's been
Sure.
studies out here that says that this can work, and I believe it probably can
Ooh,
work
that's
for.
what the studies say it can work.
It can work, baby. Um,
Oh,
Hey,
hey, um, now granted, I don't believe it will work for every job because you have everything from truckers to everything else out there like that. That's different. Salary versus hourly type pay.
Service industry.
Exactly. But there might be some stuff that it could work at, right? The example I would do would be a grocery store. Cause I used to work at a grocery store, right? And we had to work 40 hours to be a full time. Worked at a
Full
grocery,
time, right?
yeah, I had to work at a grocery store. It's called Meyer. Y'all may or not heard about that if you live up north. It's like a Walmart. But I worked there for 7 years, man. And in between college and joining the military, I worked 40 hours a week to be full time. I think you had to work a
Mm.
minimum, actually, at 32 hours a week to be full time.
32
Mm.
hours is considered full time. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, but I worked 40 hours a week plus, right? And a job like that, I think that could work because you could, what you could ultimately do is, let's say you pull back those hours, now you get to hire more people, right? And so now you get to hire more people that now they have jobs, right? So it actually increases job flow.
I, I
But with
think
that, then with that, hold on a second. Now with that, you might think, okay, so the employers don't have to pay more people, benefits and all this other money, right? But more people that have jobs, the more times people will be spending stuff. So now you got money going back and flow into the into
So it'll stimulate the economy that
stimulate the
way.
economy that way.
and I and
Exactly.
that's what I was gonna say. I think that's Bernie Sanders' whole point behind that. At the end of the
Mm.
day, that's the big picture of it.
Well, it's not just. It's
Because
also family time, right? We don't get enough time with our family and exposure, right? Um, it's the nucleus of America.
how would that affect these people that work from home though? I mean, we all know most of them that cats that work from home ain't working a full amount of
Hey, hey,
hours.
hey, relax,
I
relax,
mean,
relax.
don't be mad at me because you
Hey,
gotta put on that
relax.
suit and clock in, buddy.
Right, cool, cool. Man, no. But yeah, man, it's interesting, man. I think it's a novel thought. It's a novel gesture. Bernie is. I think. I think the more important piece of this is it is showing that the Democratic Party is actually trying to do stuff for the middle class and the working person. And I feel that the Democrats have a real issue right now with branding. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this a little bit offline as well. And the Democrats' brand has been, at least when you look at the law, I mean, the laws that they passed when in power and when having the opportunity in terms of who they're looking out for. I mean, if you're part of LGBTQ plus, hey, shouts to you, but you have been winning, and the Democrat Party has been basically ushering along a lot of bills and a lot of rights for LGBTQ plus, TI plus, and all those guys. And but after you win, right? After you get what you wanted, and gay marriage is recognized, and people are able to be trans and all the things. After you win, it's not much else to fight for, and that's a very small community. So the Democrats put all this effort towards making this civil rights action happen, which whether you agree to it or not, I mean, it happened, and they won those fights. But what other fights are Democrats going to bat for? You know what I'm saying? It's like people are looking for a reason to vote for a Democrat that is not, well, it's not Trump, so there you go. So shouts to
Be a
Bernie for at least putting
bloodbath.
something on the table. Right. Oh man, Trump said
It's
it's gonna be
gonna
a
be a
bloodbath.
bloodbath.
It's some wild
A blood
shit that
it's gonna be a
they was
bloodbath.
trying, they was
Gonna be
trying to fix that like crazy, boy.
They're trying to give me the virus.
But yeah, man, it's at least the Democrats are doing something because they got serious branding problems, and if they don't start bringing something to the table that's not paying off student debt, student loans, which is also a small percentage of our population. They need to do something, bring something to the table that affects a wider group of people.
It's funny you bring up
So,
student loans, man. I was watching a thing on. Shouts out to John Oliver last week and tonight, last week and
mm,
tonight, and he actually brought up student loans, and that's a systemic problem. Like people are paying so much on interest on student loans, and Biden was coming up with a plan to help pay that shit off. And it's funny they're showing these videos of like, Fox News saying like, oh, you gonna let these artsy dudes who went to art school to be a painter, and you're gonna pay for their student loans with your taxes, and it's just
mm,
that misinformation, and
mm.
and with that misinformation, man, it makes you think of one of the other topics we're gonna talk about, TikTok. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So you know,
let's
if you guys
speak
are
on it. What's up?
if you guys aren't aware, so
Hold on, Ryan. Before you go on that
go ahead,
TikTok thing,
go
real
ahead.
quick,
What you got?
when you were talking about the student loan stuff, you have a lot more nowadays. You have a lot more of these kids, man. They aren't even going to school. A lot of these kids are now taking a chance of going to these trade schools and
Can
stuff, and they're getting this
can afford
experience.
student loans? They
You
can't
can
afford
get
that
it because
shit.
you can get a certificate to go further than you getting
And
a
especially with a lot of
degree
these
in
career
something
fields,
like
like you look at like for instance, like cybersecurity. Those are
Mm,
jobs they want,
Yeah,
people to
but
have.
you only can get so high with those jobs. You feel me? Like
But listen,
you can get there,
I
hey,
would do I
but
want somebody coming out of school with no experience is just because he got a degree, or do I want
mm,
somebody that went to a trade school?
depends on what we're
I
talking
mean, hold
about.
on, hold on, hold on. I know exactly, but I'm just saying, if I'm looking at it from that perspective, if I want somebody that just he went to school, got a degree, his piece of paper, or somebody who went to this trade school, got on the job training while he was learning how to do a skill,
mm,
so he's got the same job. These people are going for the same job, but this guy here's got experience because he was actually learning while he was getting while he was going to a trade school. He was getting training and learning that stuff rather than just going to school, open up some books, somebody talking about some stuff. Oh, you passed the
mm.
class, okay, boom, you take a test. Now you good now. I want
But
that person that's got some
I
experience.
and I understand that, but that's not what they're asking. More and more jobs nowadays are actually asking for you to have a degree, higher paying jobs. And
I don't know. I mean,
this
I
is
mean,
what
it's starting to,
it's the
starting to
stats
see
are
a
the
shift.
stat. Go
So
look at the stats are out there on it,
I
and
feel it, but just
it's unfortunate.
but the conversations in these offices and stuff are going to be the determining factor. You know what I'm saying? What do these
Mm-hmm.
hiring managers value? What do you value that degree? Well, the thing is, a lot of the super duper senior guys, a lot of those dudes that are your higher up guys, but they're older. Yeah, man, it's a good few of those dudes that don't have the master's degree. They don't have the
Oh yeah,
bachelor's degree.
I get you.
They but they got on at a time where that was a
Exactly,
possibility.
exactly.
And who's to say that's not going to come back around for these guys, especially with school costing so freaking much, man. Like, geez, dude, it's crazy how much school costs
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, and the
yeah,
prices are only going up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
And and they'll give a kid, a loan for, 80 grand to go to school, but they won't give you that same $80,000 loan to start a business
Oh
when
hell
you're
no!
18.
And
You know what I'm saying?
what's crazy is while I was watching that video on last week and tonight, this lady was paying $700, $600, something like that, plus a month on her student loan. 60 of that, or 60 of that was like $6 of
This
that
interest.
was her
Yeah.
principal.
Was
The
your
rest of that,
principal.
and the
Yeah. And
rest
the
of that
rest is
was
interest.
crazy.
Yeah, and
It's
that's the
crazy.
thing. And that's the thing. With everything, it's just the capitalistic society, man, is like everybody's getting greedy, 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 and that's when they don't like the fact that they say, when Biden's like,
Cream.
man, let's cut some of down these premiums, let's cut down some of these interest fees. They don't want to hear it because I mean, for a credit card man, 25-30% is wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wild.
But just to give y'all just some stuff that I looked up, man. So they did this trial in UK for the 4-hour work, 4-day work week.
Hmm.
And they said not surprisingly, employees reported benefits with 71% felt less burnt out,
Mm.
39% felt less stressed, and 48% were more satisfied with their job.
Mm. Production goes up.
Right. Than before the trial. And then 60% said it was easier to balance work. 73% reported increased satisfaction with their lives. Fatigue was down and people were sleeping more and mental health improved and the findings showed. So, I
So
mean, there
people will be
is definitely,
like,
There's
huh?
always going to be pros and cons to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
always going to be pros
I'm
and
just
cons.
saying this is
It's just
from
you
those
just
who
want the
actually did
pros
it.
to outweigh the cons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this was for those that actually did it. And then they said revenue grew over 1.4%. Uh, and
not a
then
lot,
while
but
separate companies, yeah, saw revenue climb more than 34% in the
That
same 6-month period.
four
So
point.
that's just some stuff that
How much the revenue go up?
it says revenue grew 1.4% over the course of the trial
That's
for 23 companies that provided adequate data, weighted for the size of the business, while another separate 24 companies saw revenue climb more than 34%.
that's wow. That's crazy. 34%.
Yeah,
34 is nuts.
That's nuts.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
nuts.
So,
That's a hell of a return on your investment for
Right.
sure.
yeah. And then so mm, out of the trial, I guess 92% of the people reported they would like to continue the 4-day work week.
I wonder
Um,
who did that fucking 8% is, man. Who the fuck are y'all?
yeah.
The 8% of dudes that was like, nah, I want to go to work
And they
Friday.
said,
Like,
yeah,
who
and they
the
said,
fuck are you?
people calling out went down 57%. No, I'm sorry, 65% from a year ago, and 57% compared with the same period was saying that they're more likely not to quit their job. That's just for the in the UK, and then also, um, I guess school districts were trying that out. I'm trying to find where this school district is, but they saying teachers are burnt out. So they tried the 4-day work week, and it cited lower costs for the school and better teacher recruitment.
I just what that
Oh,
wonder
this was
what
in
that's gonna.
Missouri, Independence, Missouri.
I wonder what that's gonna do for childcare and all that stuff, though, man. Because now I gotta pick up a day that my kid would have been at school, but I'm at home though, so I guess I wouldn't have to worry
I'm about to
about
say
that,
what?
huh? Because I'm
Right.
at the crib.
Yeah, you at the
Yeah.
Yeah,
crib.
I'm at the
Yeah.
crib. So
Yeah.
but since you
yeah,
said revenue loss, man, I think it's gonna be some folks if they ban this TikTok. It's gonna be some folks with some revenue loss because I see it's a lot of people eating off of that
Man.
stuff, man. A lot of people eating,
Man.
getting supplemental income off of that, making
all right,
some
all
get
right.
some
Real
long
quick
bread.
though, what's going on with TikTok, man? Somebody bring that in official. Like, what's up with TikTok?
So the House voted on the bill to pretty much the long short of it. Either it's a proposed bill, they had passed it to ban TikTok, or China has to, or not China. Was it Bit Data, Byte Data, whatever the company
Hmm.
that owns it, who is, let's just be honest, if you know anything about China, they own the company.
Yep.
They have to sell it to an approved partner, so that way they can't quote unquote get our data, which China could already get. But I can go on my soliloquy later about that. Um,
Hmm.
Man, go on that
the,
soliloquy
Yeah,
now,
right.
man.
all
What's
right,
going
fuck
on,
it, all right,
man?
fuck
What's
it.
up?
Whose
What's
man's is
up?
this, man? Get this shit.
Fucking
We
man's
podding
is
or
this
we
turn on the
podding.
pod on the pod.
No, no,
We
what
gonna
I'm
turn on the
saying,
pod
Jay,
on the
get that
pod.
man.
All
Man,
the
get
time
that
we
My
just
man,
bad,
chilling
my
the
Jay.
game,
bad.
like, man, we gonna stay up for the pod. Yeah, man, you got a spot.
All right, so
What?
my thoughts on the whole thing, man. Right, let's just first and foremost, I'm gonna lay the groundwork. I'm not a social media guy at all, outside of
Hmm.
YouTube. And if I'm on any kind of thing with internet, I hope mom's not watching. It's not anything that's safe for work. You know what I mean? And stupid. So anyway, with that being said, man. with that being
Brown
said,
chicken, brown cow.
with that being said, it's they are
Hey,
listen. People
hold on,
already.
hey,
What's up? What's up?
before you start,
What's he got?
Jay, you tough as hell with that post of my man. Hit no
What's
girl from
what?
the back, and my man
Hey, and he
chopped
cut her
his
head
head off,
off.
and he started pumping her. She's like, "Oh, baby!"
Hold on, what post?
Turned around, and that man he had no head,
You got to be
yo.
on social media, man. You miss it. You
Oh, and
gotta, you
there's
gotta
that.
follow my Facebook page, man. Like, I'm sorry,
And
bro.
there's that.
Shit was
And there's
wild.
that. And there's that. Right.
Shit was wild.
Hey, and with that
She said,
being
"Oh,
and with that being said, and
yeah,
that
go ahead.
Right.
My fault,
no,
man.
you good, you good. And that was being said, man. Like you guys post stuff on social media all the time. I know y'all do. They already have our information. Like let's just be real.
Yeah.
There's just like we're so afraid of trying to get in our information and our data. Our information is already out there, and not only is it already out there, it's getting sold. There's these things called data
Mm,
brokers. They take our stuff
mm,
and they sell it to these higher bidders, so they have
right.
more information, so they can sell us shit. How many times have you been out and you were talking to your friends about, I don't know, let's just
Power
say
washers.
power washers. Next thing you know, that just showed up on your feed. It's on your Facebook. It's on your Instagram. It's on everything. And
Yeah.
that's just you talking about it. You know what I mean? How many of us
And
out
don't
here?
have a damn Alexa in your crib, man.
Right. That's
Alexa's
what I'm about to
listen
go
to your
through.
life,
That's what I was
bro.
about to go to. How many
And
of us have
Alexa's
Alexis
listening to
in
your
there?
life.
Man, what are we talking about? And so
Man, because I said something about lactating, and it was wild, bro. My feed was wild, bro.
titty after
Your
titty.
algorithms is all messed up.
Right,
All
right,
messed up.
right. And I think honestly, what America's
Fucking
what
memories and memories.
some of these companies, I think it's more of a company thing that's hitting on Congress because they don't know what kind of algorithms this company has that TikTok has, and because they're killing it
And
right now. Because what was TikTok before? What was the thing before TikTok? It was Vine. It
well,
was Vine,
before
right?
Instagram was
It was Vine, right?
Vine,
so
and then
yeah,
Oh,
Vine
Instagram
came
Chive,
after.
out.
Vine, all
Yeah,
those,
Chai was out,
all
and
those,
then
right?
before TikTok became TikTok, it was called Musically.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Mm-hmm.
musical.ly was
Mm-hmm.
what
Yeah, yup.
TikTok was
Mm-hmm.
before it became
really, yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, yeah. Music indie, yeah.
And but I mean, who's gonna suffer the most? It are like we were alluding to earlier, are the people who monetize this app, man. Like you don't even have to. It's changed the way that the music industry even works now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can get a song to go hot on TikTok, man, you don't even have to worry about paying
It's
these
just a hook
labels
too.
and getting these 360
I've
deals and
seen,
all the dumb shit. Like
I've
if
seen
you know
some of these
how to,
award shows,
man, what?
and the artists that got recognized on the award show playing, because of not because of just because his song was on TikTok.
Yeah,
He's
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
showing a TikTok
Mm-hmm.
sensation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah,
Hey, but
yeah, it's gonna
I'm
affect a
cool
lot of
with
people.
I know it's gonna affect a lot of people, but to be honest, man, I'm cool with the motherfucking ban, yo. Or if you don't want to ban it, I would say just do some changes because it's fucked up that China is giving us the bullshit, but they
Mm,
don't have that in their own country, man. Like that's what's crazy to me. Like when they use TikTok over there, they're not able to do all the things. It's more educational. It's more for this and for
Yeah.
Because
that.
they're
And out
censored.
here, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for out here, they just letting these cats run wild. They out here teaching you how to build bombs, steal
Freedom
cars,
of
all
speech,
kind of stuff,
freedom
man.
of
You
expression.
know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And then that's how all these kids are going in and grouping up to do these
Man, what
flash
TikTok you
mobs.
looking at? I ain't seen no Bill Bombs on TikTok.
God
Man,
damn.
it's all kind of shit. It's all kind of shit on there, bro.
I
That
have
they
seen these
show
folks
you on there.
glorifying these little kids out here twerking and cursing and all that nonsense.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
Yo,
Well, here's
and
the
the parents and their parents is kind of they're using their kids for that shit too. They're exploiting their kids, man. It's crazy, bro. Like just all the stuff that happens because of these TikTok challenges, man. People losing their life for that shit. Like it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
That's
crazy,
not
bro.
just TikTok, man. They have shorts and stuff on YouTube. But here's the thing, too, man. That shorts they go
And I think
viral everywhere.
Facebook is doing something
Base,
too. They got reels and stuff now.
they all have shorts. They had shorts before TikTok came on.
Right.
But here's the thing that I think a lot of people
But TikTok more influential. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
don't. No, you. Well, it is now. Yeah. Here's the thing that people don't talk about. Right. I'm gonna go on two little factors here. For one,
Hmm.
another little thing that people haven't noticed is well, some people have. Uh, Trump had flip flopped on TikTok and the China agenda. And, well, I won't say flip flop, has softened on the China agenda. When I say that is that he used to be all against, TikTok and all that stuff, but now he's kind of like, nah, just don't ban it. And the reason for that is, let's look behind these numbers real quick. There's
Hmm.
170 million people on TikTok in America.
Hmm.
Between the ages of 18 and I want to say 58, 50% of us are on TikTok. That's a lot of voters, buddy. That's a lot of voters. And
Yeah.
then with that, I'm gonna go into my other one. Social media has brought us together around the world, right? It's gave us more information that we can. The internet has given us more information that we can ever read in a damn millions of lifetimes. But with
Hmm.
that, it has gave us the most at this point in humanity. Well, I believe it is so easy to give out so much misinformation than ever. I mean, think about it. It's crazy. And now TikTok is also very guilty of this, but just people look at it for news. TikTok, Facebook, all this shit.
Right.
Your data getting stolen is one thing, but someone sending misinformation to start, I don't know, what could be another January 6th is another thing.
Hmm.
And
So you're saying that you think Mr. Trump or the powers that be would look to use TikTok as the media platform that it is to push their messages. You think
oh,
that's
for sure. And I'm not saying
I don't
just
even think
Trump.
he needs TikTok to do that.
I'm not saying just Trump, but he don't just need TikTok to do that. He can just do that on Twitter. That's been proven. But
yeah, yeah.
the point is, you just
True, Twitter.
the more platforms you're on, the more it gets spread. And because not everybody's on TikTok, not everybody's on Twitter, right? So it's just the way that these mediums can get used to spread misinformation. That's the scary part, and that's what everything needs
Hmm.
to be looked at as far as some of the things that, like, if let's look at the European model, man. European Union, they have actually done a lot of leeway. It's not perfect leeway into making laws for this data collection, for all this, and misinformation that goes on inside social media.
Hmm.
And I know
It's the Wild West, man.
it's a wild west out here, and I know just
Yeah.
one more thing. It's and the reason of that is freedom of speech, which I'm always about, and it's
Right.
hard. It's hard to circumvent that shit, man. It
Yeah,
really
yeah, I
is.
feel it, man. I know TikTok is on music, man. Some disturbing shit that I heard this week, man. Remember AJ and Free from
Yeah.
106 in Park?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that fucking AJ had a hairpiece, bro?
What?
Those weren't even his fucking
The
dreads,
dreads.
man.
That's wild.
Them dreads wasn't even his,
That's
bro. Like he had a fucking piece on the whole time. I know we give Steve
He
Harvey
had that fatty
shit,
what?
man. He had that fatty. I'm dead ass though. Like I'm not even making a joke. Like that's for real. Like no bullshit. It was a hairpiece. No
That's
bullshit,
crazy.
yo. Like video surfaced of the dude getting the fucking piece installed, bro.
That man had the
Hey,
fatty.
I mean,
That's
My
wild.
whole fucking life is a lie. My childhood is a lie, yo. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was fucked up. We're talking about music and everything. I don't know, man. I
another
mean, people
thing,
are. Oh, go ahead,
another
Rock.
another thing with the social media. Okay, you have now when you guys go out to eat, right? You hear out these restaurants and all that. Most of the time, you get word of a new place from what
Social media.
you see it on social media, right?
Hmm.
Because you have these influencers that go out, they go out and try different restaurants and post about it and give critique and and like this and that. So that's how a lot of these places get people to come to their establishment because you have these influencers that are out there advertising for them, basically. You know,
Hmm.
Right,
so when that goes away, what happens? You more likely these places are going to lose some business because people are going to know about them, especially when you have new establishments. These new establishments, people go out and oh no, this brand because I know a lot of places I've gone and I've seen on social media. I've heard about it or learned about from social media. Oh damn, that looked good. Let me try that out. You know,
right.
so a lot of that stuff could be cut. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's
Yeah.
just something to think
No,
about too.
I'm with you, Guap. I'm definitely with you on that, man. I've learned about. I mean, I don't have TikTok. I don't really mess with TikTok like that. Um, or
Not only
Snapchat.
what other it's
But
Instagram
but
is big for
but
that too.
but sometimes when you do type in certain things, you can look at the TikTok. I mean, not yeah. You can look at the TikTok without actually having
Hmm.
an account, and it does help, man. It does help with that stuff. I mean, but it's just some things I think they need to be more aware of. You know how quick Instagram is to snatch your account. When my man Boosie said, "Man, put your pussy on the screen, give you $100."
Oh
They
no,
they,
Right.
TikTok be snatching. TikTok will
Yeah,
shut your
yeah.
account down too. Now, don't get it
but
twisted.
I mean, they do because
For
I
real,
mean, when
they.
these
Oh
No, they
kids,
yeah,
when
don't.
these people be,
yes
when
they
these
do.
kids running through and snatching up stuff and doing all of these gatherings
Man.
on TikTok, man, come on, bro. I know they monitoring that stuff and they could shut some of that
When you
down
start you
or
start
alert
showing too much
somebody.
skin on TikTok, they will ban your account,
No,
sir.
they do
Yes, they
not,
will.
sir. I only go on the internet for one reason. Okay, we've already talked about this, and
Oh, take
have
it away,
a lot of those
away.
have a lot of those have what people have been posting on TikTok doing with their stuff. Another dude I work with, he talks about. He said the only reason he's on TikTok is for them.
They going to rat him out real quick. What's his name?
He ain't gonna never watch this anyway.
Don't rat him
Don't
out,
do it.
man.
Don't
Don't do
do it.
that.
Don't
Hey,
do
shout
it.
to
Don't
Man,
Kobe.
do it.
Don't do that.
I
Don't
like
do
hey,
that.
my
Don't do
This
it.
man,
this is
right.
this is not that
Hey
type of
man, my man out
podcast, all
here
right?
dress. Hey, bro. Hey,
Hey,
whose
that
man's
man
is not
dry as
affiliated with
hell.
any forms of snitching.
He even
That's
said the
wild.
only reason he on there is for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell
You
me they
know,
Oh,
be
they
they
gonna of course they're gonna show but like I said, you start showing too much skin. Like
no,
you
dude. They
doing that.
show no, they
Listen,
show
listen.
everything.
What did you got?
man, listen.
Dark
Everything,
web TikTok?
bro.
What that is? Dark
It's
web TikTok?
No, it's on
Hey
TikTok.
man, on the real dog. I think one of the issues is like remember when YouTube was the Wild West and shit, man. You can
Yep.
find anything on YouTube, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the type of regulation that they're looking to push towards TikTok, but we don't own it. We
Exactly.
can't police them that way as a country.
Yeah.
So this is their means to basically, reel them in and try to get some responsibility across that platform, man. And I mean, because I won't lie. I mean, I got kids and stuff, and nieces and nephews, and they're into TikTok and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to know what the hell is going on. I want to know
Mm-hmm.
what my kids are into.
Mm-hmm.
And I started, I follow one video, and it's just like YouTube. The algorithm will keep
Mm-hmm.
building and building. Like if you
Went
like
down the rabbit
sneakers,
hole.
it it'll keep getting sneak. Oh man, I ended up down a smut rabbit hole. Boy, that thing was nasty. I was
Man,
nasty. Ah, that TikTok got dog. I was like, and the real issue is, and the dangerous side of it is, there's no age regulation to this shit or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is like it's like a pedophile's
hey,
fucking dream for
it
real
is.
on TikTok, man. Like that shit is
Not even thinking
dangerous. I
about
mean,
that.
I
That's
know,
crazy.
Hey, hey,
we joking and
That's
clowning
crazy.
and shit, but the rabbit hole I started down was from, one of my kids' friends. I looked at something on their stuff, and then the algorithm kept going and started rolling. And the next thing you know, the bikini started coming out, and the next thing you know, that shit turned into smut faster than a motherfucker, dog.
That's
So
crazy.
hey,
I can appreciate the effort.
speaking of age regulations, I mean, I know that Louisiana is the first to do that. Like you have to register to look at certain. You have to register to be able to look at
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
things.
yeah. Look at the HUD and
And,
Pornhub.
all
and it
that.
was and it was crazy because I think, man, Texas might be doing that because I was
Yes,
my
they
rabbit
are.
hole led me somewhere, and I was looking at a video for educational purposes only,
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure. Research.
Yeah,
Yes,
just got.
for
I was trying to
sure.
research some stuff,
Research.
and next thing you know,
Right.
they talking about, man, the age restriction joint on my stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, that wasn't on there yesterday. Like, don't do that to me, man. Don't put up the fence just yet,
Yeah.
baby.
Hey, in Louisiana, you gotta put your ID. You gotta send your ID up. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Which
That's the
is
problem.
wild as shit. That's
That's a
wild.
problem.
they
You
own
got
your
you
ass.
gotta prove that you're 18. You can't just put the numbers in.
Man, nobody want to look at Pornhub that fucking bad, man. Is that for any
Mm.
site though, or is it
Well,
just
it was.
Pornhub?
It's starting at Pornhub and a couple
I
other sites.
cannot
They're just gonna
confirm
Because if
nor
I'm
deny,
Pornhub, I'm
but it
fucking
is
suing,
Pornhub.
man. I'm suing. Like, why the fuck it gotta be me? What about Tube 8 and them?
But here's the
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
thing.
saying?
Here's the thing. At the
it
end
is.
of the
Or is
day,
it,
It
or is
is
it that
Pornhub.
whole family?
It's Pornhub, Spank Bang. I don't even know what those sites are. That's just what I
And
heard.
listen,
I mean, I feel it. I feel
hey,
it.
wifey, if you
One of them
listening,
be
you watching this, hey, I don't watch none of that stuff, man. I don't be on none of that. Nah, I don't know what they talk.
see, here you
he's the
go.
one that gave me
Here
Shame
all the
on
you
y'all.
go.
sites.
Shame
He the
on
one who
y'all.
sent it to me in the text. Man, what was that text he sent
Right,
out? He gave me
right,
a list of
right.
all list of websites.
You gonna be up here like this, huh?
Whose man's this does not condone snitching or dry snitching of any kind.
Any kind. Dry snitching, wet snitching, fucking
All right, man.
icy frozen snitching.
Well, what's next on the list, man? I heard somebody mention something about Boeing earlier.
Hey, them cats
Boeing.
is wild. They out here assassinating. Hey, I ain't said nothing about Boeing, yo. Hey, you
I, I'm
might get a tire sent through your crib.
man, I'm low key scared to talk about Boeing for real, man. Like, I mean, I know some people and I've been part of some organizations and stuff, but I fuck it, man. Let's get to it. So I guess Boeing.
We pod, no, we pod.
we potting or not, man. So from what I understand, Boeing is having problems with landing gears and all types of maintenance, mechanical failures, and a long list of issues with their at least their passenger aircraft. Is this cargo
Hmm.
aircraft too, or basically I didn't see where a line was drawn, but there was a whistleblower. Anybody got the whistleblower's name? I don't happen to have it in front of me.
Yeah, yeah. Give me one sec.
1 second.
I just had it up there, man.
Keep going, Jay.
But there was a
Yeah, but you gonna yeah.
whistleblower that was basically trying to shed light on the issues with Boeing and their practices from the inside.
John Barnett.
And
It was the John Barnett was the
John
whistleblower.
Barnett, yeah, John Barnett.
yeah, and the gentleman he was found. How was he found? Somebody fill me in on how he was found. Was he killed or was
I thought he was
he
found dead.
died of
He
A
was found.
his
self-inflicted wound.
Yep.
was a self-inflicted gunshot wound?
Mhm.
GSW, trigger alert, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And That's tough, man. That's tough. I know Boeing is one of those American companies that, I mean, they make a lot of bread, man. The needle moves as Boeing technologies are introduced to the armed forces and logistics industries, and everything else, man. So Boeing is one of those major players,
Yeah, he was
and
a quality inspector.
yeah, and he is basically a QA dude or whatever for the Air Force maintenance types. And I mean, he was basically saying, hey, just like many an NCO has done on that flight
He
line,
he
like, hey,
filed a
man, we need to be
complaint.
doing stuff correctly.
He filed
So
a
Go on.
complaint back in
so
2017.
so real quick.
Yeah.
So real quick in 2019, Barnett told the BBC News that pressure workers have been deliberately fitting substandard parts to the aircraft on the production line. He also
Mm,
said he uncovered serious problems with oxygen standards
mm,
systems, meaning 1 in 4 breathing masks would not work on the plane in an emergency.
mm.
He later said that the workers have failed to follow procedures intended to track components through the factory, allowing defective components to go missing. And then finally, he also claimed that the tests on emergency oxygen systems due to being fitted to the 787 showed a failure rate of 25%, meaning 1 in 4.
25%.
Like I said earlier, 1 in 4 could fail to deploy in a real life emergency. These are just some of the things
Profits
that
over safety.
these are just some of the
Profits
things
over safety.
that's came out about Boeing. Shouts out to John Oliver again. And last week tonight, he had another episode on Boeing. You can Google that, look
Mm.
that up on YouTube. Send us the money, please. Um, where he talked about that shit, and it's crazy. This has been going on for years. Crashes and
Right.
stuff. Yeah,
Deleting
man,
videotapes.
it's been going
I
on for
mean,
years.
I just want to just point out some other things that Boeing has got going on, man. Like I said, man, they got Boeing workers using coke and meth on the job.
At
They
the,
they
hold up.
they
At the same
man,
time,
Coke and meth
you would
at the
coke
same
die.
and
damn
meth.
time.
Bow, your
Hey,
heart will
they
explode.
doing they doing coke and meth.
That's crazy.
Hey, but
Uh,
How many
hey,
uppers do you need?
tell me about your 32-hour work week now, Mr. Sanders. You know what I'm saying? These dudes doing all this shit to get it done in a 5 day work
hey,
week.
hey, and then in 2011, the feds they went up in the Boeing plant because man, they was selling oxycontin and fentanyl,
They
packing the
were
planes
slaying.
up. Man, they packing the new planes up. What? And then they had a supervisor up here giving the goods to one, and then start giving it to another. The man got jealous. He was like, "Man, I want that old thing to myself," and shot my man on the street. Hey man, Bowen
Whoa.
out here
I'm
wilding,
blowing
yo.
wild. They
Bowen,
doing
Whoa.
lines off of landing gears and shit. What the fuck?
man. Hey man, hey man, they doing lines off the supervisors. Man, it's
Hey, that's
crazy,
wild.
bro. It's crazy.
That's Kansas country, ain't it? Ain't didn't Wichita have a big
Yes,
Boeing plant
had the
out there or
big Bowen
something?
plant. Yep.
Them Midwest cats, man, they out there wild, man. But I don't know, man. That's it. It's like the more we learn about the world that we live in, man, the scarier this motherfucker gets. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's like you can't even get on a goddamn. I now I don't only have to check my airline to make sure I'm not flying on bum ass Spirit, but I gotta make sure that I'm not on a Boeing tail too.
Hell
Like
yeah, man.
that's
Hey,
fucking
it's got to be an
crazy, man.
Airbus. And look at this. Also just popped up, man. Bowen had something going on when my man's was mad that he was getting transferred and somebody was banging his chick. So he started cutting wires and Chinooks.
hold on. What?
Fuck this job. Fuck, fuck y'all. I love her. I
my,
love her, man. This is bullshit.
hey, my man with the scroll.
They say if I can't have her, nobody can. I'm taking
Nobody
I
everybody
can't
can.
out.
have a nobody can, damn
Hey,
it.
they wild, yo. Hey, man. Hey,
That's
man. I'm
wild
just
and
saying.
sensitive, man. But damn, bro, this is crazy. Um, I don't know, but on the real, man, shouts to the whistleblower, man. It's unfortunate that you can't be a beacon of truth against some of these organizations without putting your life at risk, man.
No
And
repercussions,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, man, and I mean, and shouts to the real ones though, man, that try to keep their workplaces safe and try to make sure people are doing a job right, man. Because on the
That's it.
real, if we're gonna
That's
stay
it.
the best country in the world and we're gonna usher in a new generation of workers and talent and everything else, the hard work has to be at the forefront, bro. We can't have a culture of cutting corners and shit, especially on something as important as an aircraft, bro. Like that's already dangerous enough. It when the plane is tip top, you already playing with physics and science on a high level and sometimes a dangerous level.
Listen, man,
So
I know I done poke it up a few times, boy, hitting that turbulence, and you hear that, you feel that plane just drop a little bit. You know what I mean? You be like, whoa, hey, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
and then your mask fall out and the motherfucker don't even work. Can
Mm.
you imagine being on a plane
Hey, because old
and
buddy done cut the lines.
like you pull your shit, the whole shit come down, the
Ain't
lines come
nobody
down.
Damn,
get
Like,
no
yo,
oxygen. Ain't no oxygen on here.
that's
that's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
That's
And
even
then they
worse.
tell you, and not to serious this out, but they tell you to put your kid's mask on first and
Yeah, that's
stuff.
where I was
You
going.
put your kid mask on,
Hmm.
man, and your kid's mask don't
Don't
work.
work. That's exactly where I was going to
Like
go with that.
that's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy, dog.
Hey man, all I'm
Um,
saying, just imagine you just unbuckle your seatbelt to go to the bathroom and get sucked out the plane. Pause.
hey,
Door,
that's wow.
man, the door opened up on
yeah,
your ass.
yeah, I gotta relax. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, fellas. So what else we got, man? What else we got for the evening?
Oh,
Man,
that's fucking
y'all
crazy.
seen them NBA players get suspended for the rest of the
Oh,
year because
Oh,
they
the
switched
black dick
jersey,
shit.
black dick.
Hold on, hold
Oh
Yeah,
on, hold
man,
on,
man.
that
hold
shit's
on,
crazy.
hold on, hold on. What you talking about? Bring that shit up.
You're not up on the black dick shits. Oh my
Yeah, man.
goodness, man.
The two players get got banned because
So
they
it's
swapped
two
jerseys.
rookies. A guy named Grady Dick who played for it looks like what he who played for the Clippers. I'm not sure what jersey he's
let's
wearing, man.
see
I'm messing
here.
this up.
What's his
But
name?
He played for the
Grady
Raptors.
Dick, yeah, and Anthony Black did a jersey swap, man. These two guys are rookies in the NBA and stuff. And the way they held their jerseys, the white guy was holding Anthony Black's jersey. Grady Dick was holding Anthony Black's jersey. And Anthony Black was holding Grady Dick's jersey. And it basically looked like it said Black Dick.
No,
Black
basically it did.
Dig.
I mean, yeah. It said Black. It said the last name Black and the last name Dick. And the NBA suspended these dudes, man. They suspended them for the rest of the year.
Hold on, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that's wild.
yes. Over a pitcher, bro. So you mean to tell me that? I mean, how? Where do you draw the line? What if Black's name was Big? You know what I'm
So,
saying?
so real
Could
quick,
he swap jerseys with Big and it'd be
so
Big Dick?
Anthony Black played for Orlando Magic. Grady Dick
Yeah,
played for Toronto.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, man,
And
you got to look at this though. I mean, you got to look at this. You got this is a sport, a major sport that you have kids and families watching, man, and you come out here, and yeah, it might have been meant to be funny, man, but it's a little, yeah, it's funny, but it's tasteless at the same time because you knew what you were doing, man. You know what I mean? You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know, it just so happens that out of everybody on the team, these two players just happen to trade jerseys with each other.
Well,
Neither one of them probably saw a minute on the court because the damn jerseys look dry as hell with no sweat on them.
yeah, they ain't.
well,
Yeah, the
I will say,
jerseys look brand new
I
out of
will
the pack.
say this, man. I think it kind of goes back towards social media again because it went viral. I just looked it up while y'all was talking about it,
Of
and
course it was.
it went viral. And here's the thing: the with the more avenues of access to see things, the more
Mm-hmm.
likelihood a child's gonna see things. and more likely that someone
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be offended is going to see some things. So
Mm.
that's another avenue of.
Those are the two major points. The fact that somebody's going to be offended, and the fact that, like I said, you have kids that see this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the teams don't want to face any backlash from this shit, saying, "Oh, well, you guys got a player that about such and such and such." So they did what they thought was right immediately. Boom. You know what? Let's suspend these guys. Let's make it look like we're doing something about it because
God,
this shit
Can
is
he
man.
help it
dangerous,
if
bro.
his last name is Dick, yo?
I
Right.
mean, I
And my
understand he
man's
can't.
last name is Black.
I
Like,
understand he can't help that, but
It's just
like I
funny as hell,
said,
though.
he
It's still
knew it's
funny.
funny as
I
hell.
mean,
It's
that
funny as
shit
hell.
is
Hey,
That
that
shit
hilarious.
is
shit is
hilarious.
wild.
That shit is hilarious, but at the same time, it's still tasteless, man. Because, like you said, you got kids and stuff that watch, they watch sports, man, and it just don't. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, especially when you're trying to portray. If you look at it,
So that's how you
some
really
black
feel.
folks might have get offended. Some white folks
That's
probably
that.
go. I know some
That's how
white
you
folks got
feel,
offended.
Darius.
So you're saying it should have said
I mean,
white
that's
dick
how I
then? Is that
feel.
what you're saying?
That's how you feel, Darius.
That's how I feel. Hey,
Is that how
I'm
you
telling you
feel? We
like it. I'm
podding
telling you.
or we
We
pot?
podding, we podding, we podding. I didn't say
That's how
I
you
didn't
feel.
get my opinion on it. What you
Okay.
got to say? What you
I
got
just
to
asked
say?
if that's how you felt, man. That's
I'm
all.
just saying it
So
might be
you
a little
think
tasteless, man.
so you think if it was Kobe White that changed the jersey with Dick and it was White Dick, then
Still the
it
same
would be
thing.
an
I would look
issue?
at it the same way. Look at it the same way.
So you didn't get a
I
good
would look at
chuckle.
Man.
it the same. I didn't say it wasn't funny. Never
Oh,
said it
okay,
was.
okay.
Never said it
That's all.
wasn't
Hey,
funny.
that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. You ain't
you
get a
heard me say,
chuckle.
I said it was funny. But at the same time, it still takes. I'm sure we all laugh at it, man. But still, at the end of the day, man,
Hey,
it's like,
Black Dick is wild. It was funny to me until they said they were suspended for the rest of the year. And I'm like, wait a minute, dog. Like, where do
when
you
I
draw the
suspended him
line?
for the
Like,
rest of the
seriously.
season, I probably would have fined him. I would have took some of that rookie paycheck, which ain't much they probably get anyway, because I never even heard of these two guys.
Shit, more than I'm
But
getting.
but
Right.
you know, I might have threw a little fine out there for him. Suspension is
I
deep,
don't know, man. Yes,
but
this is just basically you just kick these dudes out of the league
You really
for
can't prove it though that they did it. Like you really can't prove it.
bruh,
Cause I mean they was just they cool. They were just
I
bruh,
mean,
chumming it
I
up.
mean,
bruh, they cool, all right. Listen,
so you say the
listen.
suspension is deep.
Suspension was deep, but
Since
the black dick post was deep too.
if you think about it, suspension is not that
You
deep.
said
They're
black
only
dick was deep. Did you just say that? Boy,
oh
you gotta
man.
relax.
Pause.
Bro, you gotta relax, brother.
where's
You
that
gotta
dumbass horn that you be playing? Womp 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 womp. Faces.
Uh, the
There
suspension.
you go.
The suspension. I mean, if you think about it, it's not that bad because they're only going to miss what the next 12 to 14 games. That's only left in the season now. So
Yeah, yeah.
so that could be their fine, and that's fine. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, ain't that
Is
many
it
games left
though,
in the season.
man? Is it fine though?
Not really.
I think so. If it would have beginning of the
Because, but
season,
I think Buddy Dick is getting it the worst though. Because Dick can't trade his jersey with long. He can't trade his jersey with short. He can't trade his jersey with white, black. Like he can. Who can he trade his jersey with, bro? Dick is in a bad way
he's
right
in a
now,
bad way,
dog.
man.
Hey, maybe he
Dick
can
Hey,
can't
change it
get
with
blame your
who?
nobody's
parent. You
fucking jersey.
Hey, he might
better
be able
blame
to
your
change it with
parents for
who?
that shit.
That's wild. Long, short,
Hey man, ain't no different than my last name.
thick.
Who's dick?
Whose dick is
That's
this?
a hard episode.
Pause.
Who's Dick is this? That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Y'all
Hey, Darius
stupid.
stupid, man. This man gonna say you can't trade it with who's. Hey, my man got to put. Hey, they gonna have to tell that man he got to put Grady on his jersey, man. He can't even use his last name, brother.
That's crazy. Now, see, what if Dick had to change his name on his jersey to Johnson? Like, see, Black Johnson could have went.
That's
If it
true.
was Black and
That's,
Johnson,
that's subtle.
Black
That's
Johnson, it
subtle.
means the same shit.
That's subtle.
I can't with y'all, man. God damn.
Listen, hey,
I can't with y'all, man.
okay, they could have looked at it like this. They could have been like, "Damn, we stand like this, man, this shit gonna look bad." Hold on, let's switch spots, man. Let's switch spots. Let's put the dick
So
in the front,
it could have been Dick Black.
Dick Black. You know what I mean? They could have. Hey,
Dick Black
that
is
would have.
wild.
Oh
Listen,
man.
listen.
That's
The
stupid as
worst, the
hell,
worst
man.
ones of these types of things was I want to say it was back in 2010, and it was the World Cup, and it was Nigeria. No, sorry, it was Nigeria versus Germany, and Nigeria's abbreviation is NIG. Germany's is GER.
Is GER. Yeah. I remember
And
seeing that.
they had
And
that.
when they played the game, it was like nigga on the joint, and that's wow. But who got fined for that? You know what I'm saying? And you know somebody was up in the production booth like,
Got him.
I got it. I got
Got him.
it.
Let me go ahead and let this flip this one out here. I can say it without saying it.
They were loving that
That's
shit too.
wild, man. I think a lot of the topics we talked about today are start to broach that freedom of speech conversation, man, on the real.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. Like, where do you draw the line? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think in the '90s, in the '80s, and the '90s, you could have got away with this, you know. But it's just, I think it's more evidence that man, like jokes in general are under assault in America, man. Like you
Again,
can't
man.
joke about anything without potentially offending somebody.
I
Like
think
who did this offend?
I think it's
You
that
know,
social
like
media. It's the social media part, bro. I think a lot of us learn, not
I
us
was
in
offended.
general. I think a lot of
I
people
was
have.
offended.
A lot of people. Hey, man, get
get
out
the
of here.
fuck out of here, man.
He must have a yellow dick. Anyway, pause.
God damn it.
Whoa, that was. Hey, bro, you gotta relax. That
That's
was
nuts.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
don't even know how
that
that
was
fit
kind of
into
crazy.
anything.
But
What happened when Blue and Ball switched their jerseys? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Anyway,
yes, you get Michigan. Fuck them. Anyway,
mm, mm.
no, I think it's just the quote unquote sensitivity, or people want to call it shitty ass cancel culture, but I think that's a terrible name for this. But anyway, I think it's people becoming more and more sensitive and aware, quote unquote, aware of things, or woke. Also terrible. It's because of social
Yeah.
media. People feed off of things off of social media. They feed off people's feelings on social media, the anger, more than anything else. Unfortunately, I mean, I wish you can come on here and talk about some good shit. You know what I mean? When it comes to this shit, but social media, it tends towards the negative because that's what people like to watch. It's what people like to hear. It's what
It
people like to
feeds the
feed into.
beast.
And I mean, how many times we look at the news and we get drawn to the negative over the positive? I'm guilty of it as well. Um,
Mm.
it's we vicariously live through negativity in our
Well, you already
news,
know 90% of the stuff you see on the news is going to be bad anyway.
right? And then so what we do? We go to TikTok and see more bad shit, right? Or any kind of thing on social media, really. Um,
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to protecting kids, man, the best way to protect your kids is for you to be involved.
that's
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
That's it.
If you know what your kids are looking at, and you shouldn't be
That's it.
pussy about talking to your kids about real shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when the black dick picture comes up and your kid starts chuckling and stuff, maybe that's an opportunity to start having a conversation about sex, understanding, assuming that they're age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take
Call
everything
call it a teachable
that
moment.
the world, yeah, man, another teachable moment, man. Like,
Message.
don't take these situations and just shy away from them. And then what are you really pissed at? You blaming some company, or in this case, these two kids or the NBA or whoever you want to put the blame on
Mm-hmm.
for making you
That's
uncomfortable
it. Making
with
you
having a
uncomfortable.
conversation with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have the
Hundred
conversations
percent.
with your kids, man. Stop being pussy out here.
100%.
You got kids. The world
Yeah.
is gonna be the world. You're not gonna be able to bubble wrap everything. So stop being scared of having real conversations with your kids, man. That's
Hundred
word.
percent. Hundred
You
percent.
got to be a parent,
100%.
not their friend. Your job is to be a
Facts.
parent.
What's
And that
up?
don't
It's
mean
good.
that you got to sit there and laugh with them. That don't mean that they can't find certain things funny. It's gonna be humor
Right.
in fucked
You
up
still have a
situations.
relationship. You still can have a great relationship, but just know you still have to be a parent.
100%.
That's facts.
100%.
You
We
know.
close to done, man. Are we close?
Yeah, that's it, fellas. That's it.
Hey,
On
hang
that
tight.
note,
What, real quick though, real quick. I know you hate Michigan. Michigan fired Jawan Howard this week as
Hey,
they
What?
basketball coach.
yes, they did. He was doing terrible
Yeah,
anyway. He was doing
yeah, he
awful.
was
He was
doing
doing awful.
terrible. But yeah, man, shouts to the Michigan Wolverines, man. Shout to Jawan Howard. I wanted him to be successful though, man. I like the Fab Five. How do you not like the Fab Five, man? That's so
I'll tell you
crazy
how.
being an Ohio State
I'll
fan.
tell you how.
Yes, just stop. You don't even have to say nothing, man. Like, but I mean, I'm a
Hey,
Duke boy, and even I could appreciate the Fab Five. But anyway,
the
But
culture, man. Hey, I'm gonna say, man, shout out to women's college basketball, man. I can't wait
yo,
for this damn
man,
tournament.
word,
man, they
I
tearing
can't
that
wait for
word.
shit
this
up.
tournament. I don't even give a damn, to be honest, about the men joint, bro.
Yeah,
Right,
Dog,
right.
right.
this bracket that got Iowa
Man,
and LSU, and it's a
man.
couple other
What?
teams
What?
on that side of the bracket. Is gonna
What?
be a gauntlet. It's like looking at the
Murders
West,
row.
like the NBA West, man.
Man,
Like it's
Yes,
yep.
crazy,
man.
Murders
Yes.
row, man. What?
man. It's about to be crazy.
Hey, you name a male basketball player in college right now over Caitlin Clark. I'll wait. All right. Man, oh shit, over Angel Reese. I don't know nobody outside that. I, I'll even listen.
I mean,
I'm in
Carolina
a
got a couple boys. Carolina got a nice front court. I mean back court
but
rather.
ain't nobody hear of them. Ain't
Um,
nobody know about them outside.
I mean, I feel it.
You
Man,
I
do.
feel it. You're not
Your
wrong.
man's on North Carolina just on the team because he tall, man. I seen a couple games. I'm not impressed by Buddy.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't even know his name. The dude, the tall dude with the dreads,
Listen,
Oh, you talking
everybody
about
loud.
all I'm
Baycott?
saying is I know.
No, I'm
I
Yeah,
not talking
what
about
I
Baycott.
know. I know
No,
who
no, no,
can.
no, no.
Hold on. I
No,
know who.
Baycott is he's
no,
the
that's
power
the dude
forward
I'm
and the
talking
center.
about. That's the dude I'm talking about. He's
Man,
trash.
again. Anyway, just
I'm
squash
talking
all.
about the guard. The
Man,
guard
no.
is nice as
Man,
fuck. Anyway,
squash all that. Ain't nobody
right,
talking about them.
right,
and
Ain't nobody talking about
right.
them. They talking about
You're
Caitlin
right,
Clark, Angel Reese,
right.
and they talking about these girls from
Yeah,
South Carolina. They ain't
and
talking about
because
them boys. Stop that. Stop that.
I told y'all, man. You know,
well, while
my
we
little
sitting here
Nene,
talking about
she
it, what's
had
the
me
name?
out there going to them
When the
games
tournament start
in
for the women?
Texas.
What's the date?
Yeah, when the tournament start for the women, since we talking about it.
Let's look it
So
up.
for these people out here can know, for the ones that don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And fill out your brackets, man. We gonna do a bracketology. We gonna do a
Yeah, we can do that.
ESPN bracket
We can do
challenge.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
need
do
to
that
do that.
definitely.
Put some money on it. What we doing?
I mean, if we had enough heads, I gotta wait. We would need 8 heads though.
A heads. I get a heads. When do we need it by?
Wait a minute, you gotta
Um,
rephrase that.
Yeah,
uh,
y'all bugging.
um,
I
we
can
need
get
eight.
heads. I bet you can, buddy.
Hey, Paul, hey, relax. That's crazy. That's
Hey, it's
crazy.
March the
But we would
20th.
need to March the 20th. Damn, that's in 2 days. That's when the ladies start.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Why we need a heads for?
Because man, it's you basically pick the draft. You pick all of the teams. You pick the full crop of 64. So each person will have 8 teams in their stable. So every game is
Oh,
gonna matter
you doing
type
it that
shit.
way?
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Every game, it ain't who picked the best bracket. It's who got the most teams
Well, if we can't
in
do
their crop of
well, if
teams.
we can't do that, let's do the best bracket. I mean, I got the males bracket, dog, and I don't know shit about that damn
Man, I
bracket.
don't know shit about it, if I'm being honest. All right, man. College basketball just was not. I mean, Duke is having a shitty year anyway, so of course I'm not going to be paying much attention. But
I'm a Ohio State
eh,
boy. Man, what the fuck we care about basketball?
yeah,
Hey,
Ohio State's
fellas.
fielded some decent
We did,
teams.
we
But
did. We had
all right,
a
anyway,
we did.
Hey, good convo, good convo, everybody. So on that note, again, like I said, everybody go out there, check out the podcast, man. Whose Mans Is It? You can find it on YouTube, okay? Like, share, subscribe, all right? Comment, like again, if you don't like something, comment. If you like something, comment. If you think we should add something or change something, comment. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what's going on. Let us know how you feel, all right? And on that note, you gentlemen, y'all be easy, kings. That's it for the week. Signing off.
Hey,
Whose
for sure,
man's is
man. Y'all
this?
be easy.
That's
Peace.
where